Hello, welcome to Oceanic Oracle. My name is Ari and today I'm going to be starting my reading vlog for the Shadow and Bone Trilogy. So if you don't know what these are the three books in the Shadow and Bone Trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. The first book in the series is Shadow and Bone. The second book is Siege and Storm, and the third book is Ruin and Rising. I bought these three last year because I read this when I was sick with food poisoning and I decided I wanted to continue the series. So I picked up these two other books in the trilogy and I didn't touch them. Then I went out and got the Six of Crows duology, which I have read, and they are two of my favourite YA books that I've read in the past couple of years. So for these two books I had the understanding of the first book, which is good, but I want to do a reread of Six of Crows, and I thought, why don't I do a reading vlog of me reading these three books first, and then I can do one for my Six of Crows. And then I can do one for King of Scars and Rule of Wolves, which I have not read. And those two books I definitely need to read these ones because I believe it's a mix of two characters from this series and one character from this series. So that's my plan. But I think each of them will get their own reading vlogs because I'd like to just have things in order, especially if you're only looking to read the first trilogy or a duology, that sort of thing. Anyway, in this video I'm going to be reading all three of these books. So I'm going to be starting off with Shadow and Bone. Shadow and Bone has recently been turned into a Netflix series. It came out in April this year. I don't know if people have watched it. You may have watched it, you may not have, but this is the source material. I enjoyed it, so it made me want to reread this one and see how I like the other two books in the series. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully I like them. Well, I really like Six of Crows and I really like Crooked Kingdom. These two, they're my babies. I love these. I know I like Leigh Bardugo's writing because I know I love Six of Crows. So I'm looking forward to seeing how I feel with these. I do like this one. I think I gave this 5 stars last time I read it, but I have the caveat that I was a bit sick when I read it, so I do remember most of it. I don't remember all of it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what I think about these two, because I'd like to actually read some of the things on my shelves, because what's the point in having books on there that you haven't read? I mean, I know there's a point because you're going to read them, but at the same time I'm I just want to tick these off and see what I feel, because lots of people have been talking about this series and I'm excited. So let's get a move on and start the Shadow and Bone vlog, I guess. Hello, I've just started reading Shadow and Bone. I've just started chapter 2. I like it. I already knew going into it that I like this book. I like the TV show. I like Six of Crows. So good start. Alina is just preparing to go into the fold, and I just really like it. I am seeing Alina as the actress who plays her now, which I actually like even more because obviously I like the added diversity that the TV show gives. So I am looking at both Mal and Alina through that lens. I do like the fact that Alina in the show is half Shuhan, so it just makes my rereading more enjoyable. I do have certain characters that I think look a certain way, and that's not going to change, but I'm excited to see where I go. Hello vlog, I am 25% of the way through Shadow and Bone now. I am really liking it. I'm definitely liking it more than I think I did the first time round. There are things that I am imagining like the TV show, mainly Alina's character. I'm seeing her as the actress who plays her, but I think she does a wonderful job as Alina, and I want a book with diversity, so that's what I'm using my imagination to do. I really like Leigh Bardugo's writing. We're at the palace now, which is cool. Jenya's just been introduced. I really like Jenya. I think she's a decent character. I can't remember what happens to her in this book. I think there's definitely something concerning her that happens. I don't remember it. I remember something about it. But I am going to call it a night because I have to get up early tomorrow. And I can't be fussed with staying up late, and I'm tired because I've had a busy day. But yeah, I have made a good start into Shadow and Bone and I'm really liking it. I'll update you tomorrow. I have a few things I've got to do, but I'm going to be focusing on reading tomorrow, which will be fun. Hello, I am now 50% of the way through Shadow and Bone. I like it so far. I like the character development. Like, it's nice seeing the difference between the book and the TV show. I think it cements the things that the TV show actually does quite well. I actually enjoy the fact that in the TV show we get more of Mal's perspective, because like, I know this book is told from Alina's point of view. I enjoy the fact that the TV show has Mal's point of view as well. This is spoilers, but I've got to the part where Alina discovers her own power and like she has released it from all the safeguarding she's been doing for all these years. I'm enjoying this book a lot more than I think I did when I last read it, and I'm excited to read the sequel. Hopefully I like that book as much as I like this one. But still only halfway through. I'm getting 5-star vibes. I am now 75% of the way through Shadow and Bone. It's got to the interesting bit now. They're going to find the stag. As you can see on the front cover, they're going to find the stag, and I'm really enjoying this section. Like, I think when I read this last time, in my sleep deprived delirious moment, I completely missed why Alina vanished. I get it now. I'm really enjoying it, and I can't wait to finish it because, oh my god, like, I'm just really enjoying it. I really like Leigh Bardugo's writing. I'm hoping that I like the next two books in the series. I know I like Six of Crows already, so that's not really a thing for me to go on. But yeah, there we go. I have just finished Shadow and Bone. Such a good book. I really enjoyed it. The thing I like about this book is, although it is quite plot driven, the characters still have lots of background. I think if you want a much more character driven book, Six of Crows is definitely the better one for characters. But the thing I like about Shadow and Bone is that you get characters and a really high stakes plot, which is good. Like, in both instances they both rely on characters and plot, but I think Six of Crows is more character centric, whereas this is much more plot centric, and it's just great. I need to put this through core pile, but I have a feeling I first rated it 4 stars. I think this is actually 5 stars. I think that's what I feel. Hopefully the second book lives up to my expectations. I know there's a really popular character in that book that I will probably love. Fingers crossed. I'm just really excited. So I'm going to put that through core pile. I think my favourite character of the lot of them. I'm really excited to see where Zoya's character goes, because I've heard she becomes much bigger in the rest of the series. I'm also really intrigued to see how Elena's character develops as the trilogy goes on. Overall, I'm really interested, and I'm glad that I've had a chance to actually read it again, because I think this is definitely 5 stars, not 4 stars. So correcting myself. There we go. Now, I guess when you see me next, I'll be reading the second book. On to Siege and Storm. Hello, Shadow and Bone blog. I am just about to start Siege and Storm. Now, this is the book that I haven't actually touched. Well, I mean, I remember reading, like, I think just one small section of it, like just the beginning, where I had to put it down and I didn't pick it up again. So now I am picking it up. I'm excited. I think I should like it. I know I like Leigh Bardugo's writing, so that's out of the way. I'm looking forward to reading it. I think I'm going to be meeting the famous Nikolai in this, so I'm looking forward to that, as well as there are 2 twins in here as well. I think Tamar and Tolia and Tamar, that's right. So Tolia and Tamar are going to be introduced in here too. I'm looking forward to seeing some more Shu representation. And yeah, I'm excited. I've heard lots of good things about Nikolai, so I have a feeling out of Mel the Darkling and Nikolai, I'm going to like Nikolai the best. Just from what I've heard and what I've seen, like when I still had TikTok, because don't have TikTok in Hong Kong. I'm excited. Like, I can't wait. It should be a good book. And I'll update you when I'm 25% of the way through, because it's just easier for me to do it at intervals. So I will chat to you in a bit. Hello, I am now 25% of the way through Siege and Storm. Such a good book. Yeah, I think I'm going to need to put a disclaimer at the beginning that this vlog contains spoilers, because I don't think there's any way for me to talk about this without spoiling. So, spoilers, if you haven't read Siege and Storm, like, I don't think you should be watching this, but oh my god. Like, I think Alina's on her way to meet Nikolai. Like, they're on the Hummingbird, about to enter the fold. I love these characters. This is so interesting and different, and this is great. I love the ingenuity that's being used. So I think his name's Stromhond. Stromhond is really creative. I'm not sure, like, I have a feeling that Stromhold is someone in disguise, but I'm not 100% sure. Might be Nikolai, but I'm not 100% sure. As I said, I haven't read this book before. I really like the ingenuity and the fact that the Grisha are working with like normal everyday people. That's what I like. It's so good. Like, escaping the Darkling. Yes. Oh, I'm really enjoying myself. Hopefully the rest of the book lives up to it. I really like it so far, and I can't wait to see where it goes. I've just finished chapter 8 in Siege and Storm, and I literally just said that Stromhund was going to be someone else, and he was. I thought he was going to be Nikolai from the beginning. Yes, that's what I wanted. Loving it so far. I'm gonna have to stop soon because it's almost dark and I need to finish my spoopathon, but definitely made decent progress today. Oh my god, I love this series. So good. Like, honestly, I can't wait for my Six of Crows reread, but like, this is so much better than I thought it was going to be. I'm so glad I got these books. All right, see you in a bit. Hello, I am now about halfway through. I'm liking the aspects of it. Sorry, my cat is acting as a hot water bottle on my lap. I'm really enjoying the aspects of this novel. Like, the stakes are a lot higher now, and I'm really enjoying the character development that I'm seeing. The one thing I will say, the series is very plot based more so than, like, it's very plot driven more than character driven, even though I've said this before, the characters are still great in this. Like, I like the depth there are, but this definitely feels more plot driven to me because I'm very much a character reader, but I'm really enjoying the characters. I really like Nikolai. I think he's smart, and I don't know, I really like Nikolai. And I'm interested to see which Grisha stay. I think I know at least one Grisha who will have stayed in Oz Alta, but the rest of it, it's like completely up in the air. This is just so great. I'm so glad that I'm finally getting around to it and that I like this series. Like, my aim is to finish this tomorrow and then start Ronin Rising the next day. I think I've definitely made decent progress. Hello, I'm now 75% of the way through Siege and Storm. Oh my god, it's really kicking off. I am glad I'm not getting like second books, like sequel syndrome, which is when like certain books don't live up to the first book because the author wants to add too much. I'm not getting that feeling, which is great. I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm probably going to be able to finish this by the end of the day, which is great because then I can start Ronin Rising. I love these characters. I'm loving the new like depth that's being brought by like reintroducing the second army. I really enjoy the addition of Zoya back into the cast. I really like Nikolai. He's great. I have this thing for like characters who are snarky and who meddle. Like, I really, really enjoy Nikolai's character. Like, it just makes me more excited to read King of Scars and Rule of Wolves, but that'll have to wait. Alina's character is being much more developed. She's becoming much more sure of herself, and like, she's questioning everything. Oh, excuse my computer. She's questioning everything that she's sort of been like building up and that she's learnt. Mel's being a bit annoying. Like, I like Mel in the TV series a lot more than I like Mel in the book. I don't know. Like, I get where he's coming from, but at the same time, I'm just like, oh, like, I'm sorry, not everyone can think about you all the time. Like, it's not possible. Like, but like, I really like Nikolai, and I'm excited to see where Leigh Bardugo takes his character. I am glad that we have Zoya back in the mix because I actually quite like her. Like, I like her character, and I like the idea of where she can go with her like character background and all that sort of thing. I'm looking forward to reading more about her. Right now, I'm really interested in Alina and how she's going to get on. So I'm going to keep going with this, and oh, hopefully I like the ending. Hello, I have just finished Siege and Storm. Oh my god. Oh, I really, really like that book. Oh my god, I now want to move on to Ronin Rising pretty much immediately. That ending, I had a feeling something was gonna happen, and then it did happen, and oh my god, like, oh, I can't wait to see where this goes. I can firmly say that I really like Nikolai and I like his character. Really, really great. But oh my god, that ending. I didn't see that coming at all. Oh my god, I love the series. Like, I'm so excited that I'm actually getting to do this and I'm actually bothered with reading. I am now going to put it on Goodreads because I have finished my core pile and I got 5 stars. No surprise, really. Oh, I love it so much. I think I might have enjoyed it more than I enjoyed the first one. Just based on like a few logical points. I think I enjoyed it more. Oh, I hope the third one is all right. I hope, like, I'm really hoping that this is a really good ending, but oh. Hello, it is Thursday and I have just got back from a walk. I've had my shower and I'm just making lunch because I'm hungry, and I just put a fish fillet in the oven. Today marks the start of the last book in the Grishaverse. Oh boy, oh, I am scared and excited because I'm excited to move on to Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. I'm just going to be enjoying my reread of that series. Anyway, I'm going to start this today. I have a few things I need to do today. If you can see behind me, I'm planning my November TBR, and then I'm also I'm going to film it at some point today, but we'll see if I end up having the time. Great day to get a move on. Hello, I'm feeling a bit ill, so I've just been lying and sort of napping for most of the day, but I have read, I'm over 25%, I think I'm closer to 30% of the way through Ruin and Rising. It's good so far. I'm so invested in the story and I want to see where it ends, but at the same time I'm so tired. I'm really liking the characters and I like the development that they've gone through. I don't like saying it because it's like a war book, but like all the hardships have made, like you can really tell how it's affecting them and their like mental state. I'm hoping that everything's going to be okay, but at the same time I just don't know. Like, that's the thing that's going. I might take a nap and get back to you, or get back to this afterwards. Hello, I am now 75% of the way through Ruin and Rising. Holy, that's the best way I can describe what's going on. Like, I don't want to put the book down, but at the same time I know I actually need to sleep because I am feeling so exhausted. I am sick. I love the fact my body just wants to do this to me right before Halloween, but I don't want to put it down. I know why people don't like Mal, but at the same time, I actually don't mind him. I know why his character is the way he is. I really like Zoya as well. I love how far her character's come in this series, and I'm looking forward to reading the King of Scars duology because I'm excited to get to know her better. Same goes for Nikolai. Oh my god. Nikolai's been turned into a monster. Mal is actually an amplifier. Like, oh my god. Like, as I said, spoilers. But oh, I don't want to put it down. At the same time, I know I need to sleep for a bit, so I'm gonna go take some paracetamol and go to sleep at least for an hour. Try and stop my head from busting open. I've just finished Ruin and Rising. Oh my god. Like, I've been on such a roller coaster the past few days, and I'm so happy that I finally finished the Shadow and Bone Trilogy. Like, this book series was so good and I really enjoyed it. I think honestly, like, I'm so looking forward to my Six of Crows reread. Even though, like, I know I'm gonna hurt, but like, I love these characters so much, and having watched the show, I feel like it just makes me love these books even more. I love the characters. Like, I absolutely love the journey that we're taken on with Genya, with Zoya, like, and Alina herself, like, all the growth that they go through. And it's just like, it's beautiful, and I love these books, and I'll probably have more like well thought out thoughts when I actually film an outro, because I'm so tired. I'm going to go and sleep I'm going to sleep for a bit more, and I need to eat something. I'm going to leave it at that for now, and I'll chat to you when I actually talk about all three of them in tandem. Hello. So, as you saw, I finished the whole of the Shadow and Bone trilogy. I'm feeling a lot better now. I am actually like almost fully recovered. Not really, but like almost. And I'm gonna give you some final thoughts on Ruin and Rising. I know that there's been some mixed opinions about this ending, but I actually quite enjoy the way that it ends. I understand why people have like issues with it, but I actually like the way it sort of peters off and what it does for the actual characters. The things that go on in here, like even as you're like, well, as I'm going through, I'm like, holy, like, oh my god, I can't believe that happened. I like the ending. I know that's controversial, but there we go. I think this does characters justice. It brings their arcs to a decent end, and it also leaves the possibility for things to be open, like we'll see in the next few books. I mean, King of Scars definitely leaves a lot of space open for both Zoya and Nikolai's characters, and I'm looking forward to reading from like both of their points of views, because seeing as all of these books are from Alina's point of view, I am looking forward to reading from like Nikolai and what he thought about this whole situation. Like I can't wait for that. I can't wait to read from Nikolai's point of view, because I think if I had a favourite character out of all of these books, my favourite character has to be Nikolai. It just has to be. He's like everything I want. It's like everything I want in a guy. Like, I know it's weird, but like I love Nikolai, and I'm looking forward to seeing his relationship with Zoya, as well as what goes on in King of Scars, because I think it's heavily foreshadowed that something might happen between the two of them, but who knows. I think I forgot to mention actually when I read both of these, my star ratings: 5 stars, 5 stars. Okay, so I'll give you my overall thoughts on these 3 books. These books are just so much fun. I really like the fact that these books aren't really like any other fantasy book that I've ever read, because one of the things that really struck me about these books is like, you can tell they're for a certain audience, but I don't think there's been anything like it since it was produced. So it's just what I want. It's what I wanted in a young adult series, and that's what I got, and it just leaves me with like really warm vibes. I think the story of all 3 books was great. I don't think there was any like second book syndrome. I don't think there was any issues with like really big plot holes left open, in my point of view anyway. I'm sure other people might be able to nitpick and like probably know a lot more about literature than I do, but as a casual reader, I just enjoyed this plot, and I'm sad that it's at an end, but I'm not going to be parting with these, and I can always just reread them. And also the show's coming out, so there we go. I'm sad, but at the same time I'm happy. I mean, if you want to give the books from the Grishaverse a try, you definitely should, although I don't know why you're watching this video, seeing as it contains quite a bit of spoilers. But I really enjoyed this, and if you were thinking of giving them a go, I'd recommend them. I think Leigh Bardugo's writing is really easy to comprehend and to understand. I think if you were questioning if these were worth the read, I think they definitely are, but I'm a fantasy reader anyway, so I think these would be a good place to start if you are looking to get into fantasy. If you're not an avid fantasy reader, I think YA fantasy is a good gateway into this whole the whole genre. And if these don't really suit you, I'd recommend like magical realism. That's another thing. So like contemporary books with elements of magic, because then you can sort of bridge that gap and then eventually cross over into fantasy if you're looking to do that. Obviously not everyone wants to read fantasy. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe if you want more bookish content. I will be doing reading vlogs for Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, so those will be in a vlog, as well as the King of Scars duology that will be coming next month. So if you want to like follow on as to what I think about Leigh Bardugo's Grishaverse, you should definitely subscribe. I hope you have a good day or night, depending on when you're watching this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.